In this short video, we will be reviewing a sample code of conduct to illustrate how learning institutions can set expectations for respectful, professional, and inclusive behavior among students, staff, and faculty. The purpose is to explore structure, tone, and key elements, not to prescribe a final or ideal version of a code of conduct. Which is why we have the disclaimer. This sample code of conduct is provided for discussion and educational purposes only. It does not represent the official policy of any institution. Each organization should adapt its own code of conduct in line with its mission, values, and applicable legal or regulatory requirements. Once again, we are using our fictional provider, Brightbridge Institute, and a possible code of conduct. What do we notice? This code of conduct is written to include the whole community, students, faculty, and staff. This kind of inclusivity helps ensure fairness and consistency. We also notice that the structure is balanced. We have rights and we have responsibilities. They're clearly laid out so that individuals know not only what protections they have, but also what's expected of them. This code of conduct also emphasizes due process with fairness, confidentiality, and the right to appeal that are built in. Finally, the code uses a proportional system of sanctions, ranging from education and warnings to suspension or expulsion. This makes enforcement practical and adaptable to the severity of the situation. Here are some additional things to consider. The sample code that you have seen is written as to a general community member. This works, but sometimes it helps to name differences where that is necessary. For example, academic honesty applies to students or learners. Professional conduct applies to staff. And this could be addressed by adding a text, such as certain responsibilities may apply more specifically to students, for example, academic integrity, or to staff/faculty, for example, professional conduct. However, this code applies to all community members. In addition, some practical examples of prohibited conduct may make it more accessible, particularly if the learners are not as familiar with formal academic codes. Academic dishonesty could be expressed as copying assignments, using AI tools without permission, or presenting someone else's work as your own. Disruption could mean interrupting training sessions, damaging facilities, or interfering with online platforms. Finally, one important thing to keep in mind is to review and update the code regularly. Institutions change, and so do expectations of behavior. A code is expected to evolve with its community.